Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology Horoscope for Thursday, November 13th, 2014. I'm astrologer David Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. My November horoscope going into the whole entire month is on sale now. You can get it for $3.99. That's right. Download it and you will get a whole entire visual presentation of what is coming up for the rest of this month. Check it out now and download at inclusiveastrology.com. But before we take a look at all the planets, let's take a look at the Leo King Planet Energy Meter and get a bead on where all of the astrology is coming into today. And if you know anything about what's been going on this week, and I'm sure that you've been feeling it, I'm going to keep it pegged still at the extreme level. Especially on a day like today when there's still so much going on. Venus has come off of Saturn, yet it's still close. Now here's the Sun getting closer to Saturn. So this is a lot of Saturn energy, serious stuff. You know, Saturn rules seriousness, especially when it comes into Scorpio, where it's amplified of depth, internal, of private, inner world stuff. It's all private, inner world stuff. I mean, I literally had another revelation the other day. You're not going to be able to feel it in the other person unless you are literally sexually connected or the most intimate partnership of your life. If it's just around you in the world and people, you're not going to be able to see the private stuff. We all have stuff we don't expose. Our feelings are very personal in this life. And this is highlighting those deep interpersonal stuff that can sometimes be dark, sometimes be having to be faced, difficulty, and it's serious. We got to face them. And they can be in any direction. It could be about a lover. It could be about your self-worth. It could be about, an anxiety. It could be about your emotions. It could be about not having fun or not living in your happiness. These personal, deep inner world stuff, if you want to go specific, go look in your astrology chart, but are becoming so increased right now. That's because Jupiter, which we're going to talk about now, is been in a square with Saturn. So it becomes more difficult as Jupiter, the biggest planet in the zodiac, is trying to expand this positive, creative, more external aspect of ourself. Yet that deep inner part of ourself is forcing us to pay attention to getting to the root of problems, facing things, growing up. There's part of this where we're all having to grow up. And here's this Sun square Jupiter today, which is a forcing upon of seeing bigger, seeing more positive. And you could be on the other half of things where you're just overly optimistic about something that really probably either A, won't work out, or B, it's just like exerting maybe too much. So we're at a time when it just kind of, is hard when you want to exert all this Leo. The moon in Leo still today, getting ready to come into a big 3/4 square with the Sun and get ready to come over this Jupiter Sun, square, which will happen later by tonight into tomorrow morning. But it is this powerful, facing upon of seeing bigger, looking at the positive and looking at the dark at the same time. Not easy. And both Leo and Scorpio are the most intense. They rule the Sun, they rule Pluto, and then you're having the biggest planet square the Sun. So it's a battle of, inner and outer world dimensional stuff. Passion. Leo and Scorpio is your deepest passion, where you either know what you want, and now you know what you don't want. It's just clear. It's just like raw. Uranus and Mars are exactly squaring still today, so you're having to take action in new ways. You're having to learn to react to situations completely new and differently, and find that courage even when it's so deep internal, even when it's so, sometimes maybe difficult, or that you're not seeing all the doorways. I always look at Jupiter as the doorways. It's like you're going to have to relook at that there's more doorways to open here. It's not just one door and it's not crap. It's not just two doors, one crap, one good. There's infinite doors. And we're all having to do this in the middle of this extreme stretch and expansion, and then this restriction. That Saturn, Jupiter, it's just, it can become just so much. Then Neptune is stopped. It's going stationary right now, ready to go direct, but still retrograding, which can make everything foggy. It can make everything confusing. It could just make everything feel like, what is going on here? Time and space all kind of freeze right now while you're having to deal with all this stuff. So there's a lot of awakening through this right now happening. The stuff that you never even knew you could awaken. This is awakening parts of yourself that were completely asleep. So no matter how far you are in your spiritual journey, no matter how much I can say I'm the Leo King and I know a great deal about astrology and all this crap, I have to, there's so many things I need to become aware of. I'm a dumbass. Like spiritually, we are all seeing the dumb parts of ourselves that we're not aware of. No matter how intelligent we think we are, no matter how spiritually gripped we think we have this reality, that all can slip like that. I know that's a little bit more personal to me and what I'm going through, but based off this astrology, this is extreme work, extreme needing to see bigger, extreme lessons, extreme deep inner world stuff, extreme needing to find your passion, extreme needing to get this inner world, to let this outer world finally out of the cage, which it's like desperately trying. It's a lot. Or that outer world, you're pushing it too much and it's forcing you to go into a deep inner world that you still have to face. Saturn in Scorpio is deep and we are getting closer to that conjunction. You just felt yesterday what Venus is like. Imagine what the sun is going to be like. Remember all the different doors. You can make it through this. This is some of the biggest tests you will see in astrology, period. The card of the day is the Six of Swords reversed. I think that it's interesting that we pulled this card. We need to remember that we're going down a certain river and that Spirit is guiding us, and we need to just pay attention to that. We need to feel like we're not, or we need to stop feeling like maybe Spirit is taking us off course or something. It's all on course. And you got to remember it is. And to not let yourself freak out if you feel like you're not on course, because you are on course. No matter how crazy it might seem, the truth is you are awakening dark parts of yourself, which is just parts of yourself that didn't see the light, which is all what is light, information. So you are becoming aware of those deep, dark files that have been dormant for a long, long time, whether that's in this life or 15 lives before it or in front of it. You're awakening it all right now. Boom! Check out my website, inclusiveastrology.com or theleoking.com if you have any questions. Thanks so much for all your support, and I will see you for the weekend forecast tomorrow.